OneTake Radio, February 8th. We got Boehr, we got Tony Bautista, Producer Reese is always behind the scenes. Super Bowl preview edition. Boehr with his Eagles, who won the NFC title. Tony Bautista with his Chiefs, who were taken down, who took down I don't even remember who they took down. The Bengals. Let's start with the biggest matchups of the weekend. O-line, D-line. Tony Bautista, I'm starting with you. A little bit of a no-name defense in Kansas City. You got Chris Jones at D-line. A lot of big names on the Eagles' offensive line. Who do you like? O-line, D-line. Give me something hot.
Well, I mean, you already know one of the best players on the Chiefs, besides Mahomes and Kelsey, is definitely Chris Jones. And that's the top guy on the defense, man. Like, all-pro, multiple times. He's arguably probably the best. Well, I personally think he is the best DT, or defensive lineman, in the National Football League. I mean, look at the stats. I mean, you got to look
Bear
at the
might have
stats
something
itself,
to say
man.
about his boy stripping Tom Brady in Super Bowl 52. That was a tough look for us Patriots, man. Who's a better D lineman than Chris Jones, Bear?
D lineman. Chris Jones is what exact position is he?
He's D tackle for the Chiefs. We're talking O-line, D-line Chiefs.
Yeah, but what side of the D line? Like what like who's he matching up with?
in the middle, man.
Oh, okay.
In the middle.
Well, all I know is that we have Hassan Reddick, who's considered the number one free agent signing of the season by any team. Hassan Reddick has 21 sacks and 80 quarterback pressures by himself. Some teams don't have that for the season. Hassan Reddick has that by himself on an 80 sack defense.
That include playoffs? That
includes playoffs. Thank you,
okay.
Dan, for weakening my stat. Now, it's actually not a weak stat. 80
that's a pretty damn strong stat.
21 sacks by himself, 80 sacks total as a team. I mean, Chris Jones doesn't even, like, nobody cares. Like, Chris Jones is probably a good player, but how many sacks does Chris Jones have? I don't know.
I gotta look at the stats. Well, he's leading the team with sacks.
Producer Reese might have to look at the stats there. Producer Reese.
Leading the team with 6 sacks or something like that.
I said Producer Reese might have to check the stats there.
Hassan Reddick is a quarterback wrecking ball by himself. He knocked out both quarterbacks for the 49ers. He knocked out Aaron Rodgers this year. Look out. Mahomes is on a one leg. He's a peg leg. And Hassan Reddick is on fire.
Bear, no one does it better than you as far as getting into the meat of things. Tony Bautista, you're a big Mahomes guy. The Eagles have been knocking folks out. How do you feel about your boy going against one of the toughest D-lines in the league?
Oh, personally,
coming this Sunday.
With you. Being born and raised here in San Francisco, I don't think the Niners would just stand a chance against the Chiefs. And I'll be honest, opposition.
They didn't stand a chance against them Eagles either. What do you mean?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Being born and raised here, man. I'm surrounded by Niner fans, man. I'm like, dude, I already knew the Eagles were gonna kick your guys' ass. Like, they're no joke. You guys were undefeated for I don't know, until 11 games in or some shit, right?
8, 9.
8. Okay, well, it seemed like it was 11.
That's my point.
Like
19. I know.
Yeah, I mean, look, props to the Niners, man. They tried all these injuries.
They tried.
Yeah, they tried. Every year they get hurt, man. You've seen it, man. Like, that game was just embarrassing. I just didn't want to watch it because I knew.
We'll talk about your boy Mahomes. We're already the Niners are old news at this point. Talk about your boy Mahomes. What's he got, Tony Bautista?
You want my whole argument or what?
I want your whole argument on Mahomes.
I want the argument.
Okay, here.
Argue with me.
Okay, I got you. But my point though, Mahomes faced the Niners, even though they had that win or they were winning that Super Bowl. Mahomes came back, right? And then, the 1 year after that, the Bucs smashed him, right? But, man, his O-line was hurt, right? This is probably one of the hardest matchups for Mahomes, but you know what? I do have faith in him, man. I know he's a peg leg, as you say, Adam, but you know what, man? That's Mahomes. We've seen him, what he can do and everything, dude.
I'll give you that.
Outstanding stuff.
If we're talking Mahomes, you really can't take away much from the guy. Injured, not injured, 1 arm, 2 arms, 3 arms. Eyes open,
1 finger,
eyes closed. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So it's like, it makes me nervous, but at the same time, if our defense, if anything would shut him down, it's the absolute dogs, hungry dogs on the Eagles defensive line. It's scary. It's actually scary. I would never step on the field against that squad. It's terrifying.
Okay. Now you have a valid point too, and that's where.
Literally, how many quarterbacks do we have to end their careers this year to let people know that it's not a game? I wish you were telling what you were saying now to Tavis. That
he's a Niner fan. He's a Niner fan, right?
I knew they were going to get smashed. I told him for 40 weeks they were going to get smashed. And the kid has got some balls. He's got a lot of gall. And he was hoping on a dream. And man, it was ugly out there.
All right, call me crazy. Tony Bautista, I think the Chiefs have a little bit of a disadvantage in the trenches out there, even though Mahomes is a magician.
Yeah. And we'll see how good of a football team
matchup
man.
most curious about. The matchup I'm most curious about is how are the Chiefs going to deal with the explosive receivers of the Eagles too. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, TB2. We're going Tony Batista's TB2 here, but dealing with guys like A.J. Brown, that's tough, man. Jalen Hurts got a lot of weapons out there.
Yeah, A.J. Brown's a great player. He came from Tennessee, right? Tennessee Titans?
Correct.
That's right.
Not too long ago. Yeah, man. That was their best weapon. Minus Derrick Henry. And, the Eagles, I'll give it to them. Their receivers are really good. That's where Kansas City has to show up, man. Like, I think the one advantage that KC has over Philly is that, don't get me wrong,
there's only
receivers
one.
are fast.
Only one, you're right. There's only one.
Okay, for receiving, though, my point.
Oh,
they're fast.
None.
They're fast, right? Your Eagles receivers are fast, but the Chiefs, man, you got Mecole Hardman. Mecole Hardman, he's a speed demon out there.
Nicole Gardner? Or, wait, is that a celebrity?
Mecole Hardman.
Mecole Hardman.
Number 17.
Never heard of him.
Well, you will hear about him.
He's pretty damn good there.
Man.
He's a
I'll hear about him when he's in the ambulance, like leaving the field, maybe. Fucking Nicole Kidman or something. What are we talking about? Anyway, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are the only wide receiving duo in the league to both have ever in the NFL to have 1,000+ yard seasons in the same season. End of conversation.
I know that's true. Tony, Producer Reese might have to fact check that one. I'm pretty sure didn't
get to work.
Didn't the two Dolphins guys do it this year?
No.
I'm pretty sure they did. Pretty sure they did. Yeah, we can do a little.
Prove me wrong, Producer Reese, or you're done.
Bear's gonna fire Producer Reese. So. This is awesome. Okay, talk to me about Andy Reid versus Sirianni then, because Andy Reid, is there going to be a small part of him that's a little upset going against his hometown Philadelphia Eagles this week, Bear?
No. And I wish Andy Reid refused to play against us or something. That would make me feel good. He should take a knee and just cancel the game and forfeit it to us. But he doesn't feel bad, and you know how I know? Because he played us once before, and I'm pretty sure we lost, and he was happy as can be. I mean, he didn't even shed a tear. Also, because Andy Reid is a savage too. How can you're 440 pounds and haven't missed a game in 19 years? That's some savage shit. Andy Reid is, I believe, unfortunately, Dan is on this call, whose coach is Bill Belichick, which I'm not an idiot, so I can't just outright argue that Andy Reid's better than Bill Belichick. But if Dan wasn't here, trust me, I would. And how about this? Maybe Belichick's record is better and all this fucking weird ass shit. Andy Reid, let's talk likability. Andy Reid beats the shit out of Belichick in terms of likability. People love that guy. The team, the players on his team love him. You don't hear that type of stuff coming out of New England. And
wow, okay.
You hear
that's a little bit of separate.
You hear fear tactics. You hear how they can't wait to retire from that bitch. But Andy
Let's
Reid,
not go down that rabbit hole.
Andy Reid is a team guy. We
just had
creative.
TB12 and Gronk were on the horn this week talking about how much they love Belichick. So
Andy Reid's offensive playbook is the next book of the Bible. It's untouchable, and he makes average guys go to Pro Bowls. So he scares me more than any player on the field for the Kansas City Chiefs, other than Patrick Mahomes, who hopefully we turn into a pirate peg leg on Sunday.
You forgot about one player, Travis Kelce, man.
He doesn't scare me at all.
He's a bit of a problem. He's a bit of a problem.
Especially because we've got his brother on the squad, and maybe that'll fuck with his head a little bit. Yeah, now Travis Kelce's nice. I mean, he's the number one tight end in the world. But I'm not scared of tight ends. Come on. I'm just not.
I mean, most of their points are produced through him. You see that in the yardage?
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem for you guys. We got
one
guy to shut down and a peg leg, and it's over. And we got Hassan Reddick foaming at the mouth. Oh, man, it could be a bloodbath, really.
We'll see though,
Andy Reid is a nice little Midwestern coach. I'm happy he has his one Super Bowl. It's very good, and he's a nice little mix of a player's coach, and glad he gets the best out of his guys. That's great. I want to talk about X Factor. X Factor, who do you see out there? Tony Batista, that's going to be the guy who's we didn't even see him coming. You already said Mecole Hardman. I could see him being a guy who makes a play in special teams, something like that. Who do you see as the guy for the Chiefs, Tony Batista?
Going to come up big in the X Factor.
Mecole Hardman's pretty damn good. I know you don't watch a lot of football outside of your sphere of influence in Philadelphia, but that guy can ball.
Yeah.
I'll give
Come
him that.
on, dude. Poll the media, Producer Reese. See if anybody's heard of Nicole Kidman, the football player.
Okay, but hey, real quick, boys, before we get into receiving, we still haven't talked about coaching, man. We talked about Andy Reid. What about Nick Sirianni?
Okay.
Talk about
What do
it.
you
Talk about
what
it.
do you got on Nick Sirianni? What do you got on Nick Sirianni, Tony Bautista?
On my take? That's not my coach, but you know what? Honestly, I'll give
No. You got it all wrong, buddy.
what?
I talked about Andy Reid, who's not my coach, and I complimented him because he's a good coach. Nick Sirianni is the Eagles coach, virtually unproven, untested, people would say. Talk about him.
Okay, well, I was gonna give you one too. So Nick Sirianni, right? Man, undefeated. You said 8-0, and then you got beat by what was it? The Washington football
The
team.
Washington
Right?
Commanders.
Or Commanders, whatever football team, Redskins, Commanders, whatever, man.
Don't say that. You're not. Don't talk like that. It's in San Francisco.
There's offended, please.
You live in San Francisco. You should know better.
Producer
Dude, I
Reese
can
might
say
have to
whatever I
bleep that
want
one
in my
out.
city.
Bleep
Good
that
luck.
one
You
out.
should know better. In San Francisco, they don't talk like that.
Okay, my point.
Yeah,
though-
bleep that out. That hurts my ears. Talking like that.
Okay, look. My point though with Nick Sirianni though, like you said, unproven and everything. He just came in to Philly and won all those games, made his team come up like that. And honestly, man, yeah, your team is pretty scary. I'll give you that.
I'm feeding you softballs right now, and you're swinging and
Batista.
missing, bro. Striking
Need
out.
more from Tony Batista. Producer Reese, that's a minus couple points for Tony Batista.
That's the.
Talk about, all right, the last thing I want to touch on is the elephant in the room, what makes the Kansas City Chiefs maybe the most, they do have a very likable coach in Andy Reid. He is likable. He's like a big teddy bear, right? You know, he gets his one Super Bowl.
Big Red out there.
Everyone, nice little teddy bear, Tony Batista. Bill Belichick's out, banging his hot MILF girlfriend with his 8 Super
They're
Bowls,
on
so
their way
that's
to a
fine.
rub and tug on camera.
No, that's actually that's more the owner, but
that's 100% fact. The cheating
Who
stuff
did
you
get-
can't prove, but the rub and tug, we got that on camera.
to get married. Tony Batista, how are you going to be rooting for your Chiefs when they have the most insufferable guy in Jackson Mahomes, who is probably going to be TikToking
TikTok
his way,
superstar Jackson
TikToking
Mahomes.
his way around the whole damn Super Bowl? That's kind of a killer. It's, to me, I don't really like either team, but it makes me kind of want to root for Philadelphia.
Easy.
Well, I hear you, man. There's a lot of hate on him. I know that's the brother of one of the greatest quarterbacks that's ever lived. And you know what? It's football, man. He can do his little bullshit, whatever, somewhere else. Man.
What a statement that, yo. I mean,
Adam Bear, what do you got on
Not wrong,
Jackson
I
Mahomes?
guess.
Tell me something good.
I feel like Jackson. Wait, ask me a question or something.
Give me
Jackson-
what do you got on Jackson Mahomes, Bear?
Jackson Mahomes is one of the most embarrassing humans on the planet. Brother to one of the better quarterbacks. Duo with the worst haircuts on the planet. Like, these guys, did they have a mother? Like, does Jackson Mahomes?
I mean, look, man. Jackson Mahomes, man. He's a little too much though. But
He's like getting penalties thrown on him during the game. This kid, he's out of his mind, man. He did a Dougie on somebody's grave last game.
Sean Taylor, I know you did it on Sean Taylor's grade, man. I was like, dude.
No, yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Straight up,
man.
this guy.
That was a tough
Arrest him already. Put him
That
in
was a tough
jail.
one.
What is he, 15? Put him in jail. He's out there hitting on older women like Nicole Kidman and stuff.
All right, Tony Batista, take us home with a prediction for the game on Sunday. Final score. You didn't give me an X Factor yet, but let's go with final score.
Okay,
Let's see what you got.
X Factor. I'm gonna say Travis Kelce. You know what? I know Bear's not gonna agree with me, but I see Travis Kelce as the X Factor. Mahomes is
That's really the only thing you could say, and I don't hate it, but it's like not an X factor because the whole world knows that that's the plan. So an X
Yeah, it is.
would be-
That's obviously the plan. That's what I'm saying.
An X factor would be something you don't see coming. But anyway, I'll tell you
always
what it
Kelce.
is. It's Gaineswell, the second string running back for the Philadelphia Eagles. So Miles Sanders had his career best season with 1,231 yards this year. And guess who led rushing in every playoff game this year for us? Gaineswell. Kenneth Gaineswell did. I don't know what's up. This guy's a savage.
Point for Bear. That's a good stat. If that's true, that's a good stat.
Kenneth
Point for Bear.
Gaineswell comes out of nowhere in the playoffs and starts banging on dudes. And Sanders just gives it up to him. And I love that. We have a two-headed monster in the backfield. Make it a three-headed monster because Hurts will run down your ass too. So, they can throw to Kelce all day long. But stop the three-headed monster and then Hassan Reddick's biting your legs off. It's going to be a long day. Andy Reid might cry this time. Make him cry.
Final score, what do you got, Tony Bautista?
Final score, it's going to be some defense on the Eagles side and some on the Chiefs side. So I'm going to say this, probably
Low energy.
31-28.
Who's winning? She didn't even tell us who's winning. All right, Bear, what do you got?
31-28.
Final score,
Honestly,
Bear.
I don't hate that score in terms of points scored, but the way that I see the Eagles winning the game, and I've made this clear throughout the argument, is by getting at Mahomes, shutting down some of his productivity, getting hands up in his face and his eyes and his mouth, and rolling up into that knee a few times, if not just outright bashing his face in. And you think that our guys won't be scared to take a penalty and just end him? I would take that immediately. Like, first, if I just thought of this, if I was the coach, X Factor, I would say knock it, bounty gate that boy, bounty gate. I mean, just don't say it out loud, bounty gate him. So that's a sure victory. I mean, what's Kelsey going to play? Are they going to pull a 49ers and put their running back in? Like, come on. So anyway, that's how we win this game. So I would have to take points off the Chiefs in that scenario that we win. I don't know how our offense will do if we'll just explode. Honestly, I do feel kind of like we had 4 straight bad offensive games ending the season and throughout the playoffs. We haven't had a nice game in the playoffs at all. We beat the 49ers 31-7 and had a terrible offensive game. Horrible. So it's brewing for Hurts to go NBA All-Star and one mixtape tour and just put up like 42 on these boys. Like, so I'm going to say 42 Eagles to 21 Chiefs. Or 24 Chiefs, 24. 42 Eagles, 24 Chiefs. And guess what? Guess what we're both going for in this game? Both teams are going for their second Super Bowl since 2017. So people have this idea that the Chiefs are just like the 19th dynasty over there. We tie their ass if we win this game. We're right there. Sirianni.
Tom Brady ended the Chiefs dynasty prematurely. That's the great thing about Belichick and Brady.
Tom Brady's dynasty.
No, he didn't. Oh, come on. He won 2 more after you. Come on, Bear. That's good stuff. All right, should be a good game on Sunday.
Oh. Yes, it will be a good game, but low energy from Bautista today. And then, didn't work.
Way to bring it, Tony Bautista. I sent it in the general. That's right.
Don't mute me either.
All right, I'm not muting you, Bear. You earned it.
Oh, hold on now.
I used to break the times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this, to the matter.
Tony Batista's gonna hit the gritty.
Some locked up shit and the panty wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold. Nightmares come true. It was time to marry
the game, and I said, yeah, I do. And then why did you gotta see where the play out do? And we're ready to pop when this game ends. There we go. We're ready to go.
Please for them tricks.
I'm popping now, man. I'm popping now and later, boy. Yeah, son.
It's gonna be a fun one on Sunday, baby. Fun one on Sunday.